Hello, it's Uncle Bruce, and we're going to go through three thin shark cap table. We're going to be making 24-month projections by the month using some really cool widgets that I made. It will be found on your second tab labeled 24-month projections. Without further ado, here's what's going to go on. This section contains three 24-month income statements. The print routine is set up for legal size portrait by the quarter for low, mid, and high. That means you're going to get three columns and the line items on a piece of legal paper, tall. Now, I like scenarios by the month for the detail. You don't have to do it, but it's wise. We give you the opportunity by clicking this button to just do yearly projections, and those yearly projections turn off the monthlies contained herein, and you do all your work on the third tab, which is 7-year financial projections. So let's put it back to 1 because I want to show you how we can make this quick and fast and easy. Now remember, if you're doing months 1 through 12 and 13 through 24 are consolidated into years 1 and 2 in tab 3. Just remember that. Now, a very important formula that we use, units times price equals revenue. Another one, units times cost of goods, give you your total cost of goods. Now, a couple notes on our financial statements. We purposely do not depreciate or amortize CapEx. It's too much to worry about. It doesn't make much difference at this stage. We want to keep it simple. Now, we've got models that'll do all of that with the depreciation, amortization, and even for the oil guys, depletion. But that's not what we're doing today. We're trying to make this a single round early investor, kind of like what you'd find in your family, friends, and hopefully not fools. Okay, so let's continue on. Now, why are we obsessed with months? And why are we obsessed with making some kind of a quick deal? It's very simple. You got 3 cases. You got 4 products. Times 12 months, 288 cells. You have to fill out to create unit revenues. That's not good. I'm lazy. I don't want to be spending my life filling in lots of numbers and typing. And then somebody would say, well, I want to see a little more. Oh my gosh, I got to go retype all these things. Oh, that's not what quite I meant. Okay, so back and forth. Man, we can do this stuff really quick. You'll see it. Okay, so I'll let you read all about it in the yellow sections. We're just going to go right to the heart of the matter. First, you got to name the products, you got to price them, and you got to set the cost of goods up. Okay, so here's where you put the names in. Now, we've chosen toy cars as a unit. Also, those cars have an associated service contract monthly, but you don't pay anything to set up the contract. It's just a once-a-month kind of deal. Then we have cell phone. And a cell phone, of course, you know a lot about. You buy one, that's the instrument. That might cost you $600, $700, $900, $1,200, $2,000 if you're into the big ones. And then there's associated monthly revenue from the contract that you sign. You got to have a cell phone to make the contract work. In the prior one, all you got to do is just buy it. See, the difference is there's no unit sales associated with the service contract. Yeah, there's toy cars, but that's entirely different. All right, so notice if you got the 4 of them here, they copy down. Now we go to product prices. Now we give you the months 1 through 12 and another chance between 13 and 24 to change those prices. Cost of goods sold, same kind of thing. Now, I've guessed at these, okay? And I'm going to show you a better way than guessing. So we're going to come over here, scroll over, and here we have this nice little unlinked unit cost of goods calculator. Now, I did not fill in these red costs. I did give you the selling price for each of the products. See, we got columns there. And you add these all up, and that's your total cost of goods, and then you subtract the total cost of goods from your selling price, and that's your gross profit. Here's your gross margin. Now, again, these numbers are not the ones over here. Now let's go over and see what the fuss is all about This is my little unit sales. This is my unit sales profile factory. Let me tell you what we got here. This is a fast way to do unit sales for the first 24 months. The first 3 months that you enter are by the month. The next periods are by the quarter. Notice we have 3 shades here. This is the last shade, this is mid shade, and this is the early. Now, we can easily come in here and just do this, make these all 0, or you can actually come in here and put a 0. See? We got to straighten this back up. There, now we're all 0. So let's make ourselves a profile. But before we do that, I want to tell you about this number 1 and this number 10. This is a multiplier. You can go less, you can go more. I like to leave it at 1. Everything starts at 1. So do you think you're going to have any unit sales in month 1? Yeah, probably not. So let's put a few in here. Now don't worry about how this thing is bouncing around, because it's all going to equalize here pretty soon. So we're starting to build a nice little sales curve. Ooh, it's starting to get bigger. See, we got 7 and 13 units. Now these are the toy cars, okay? So we might have some nice sales come. Ooh, that's a little too fast. Come on down a little bit. All right, that's pretty good. Now let's go juice this one a little bit. And we can juice this one. See, it's so much fun to make these. All right, we're almost there, folks. We'll let this one level out. So we have a wonderful sales curve. Great. Now what are we going to do with it? Well, we're going to save it in a library. So we just copy, Control-C, scroll down, put it on the 1, Control-V, and you've got it. Now, suppose you want to change one of these things. Copy. Let's take the second one. Put it back up in here. Now let's change this a little bit. Let's come in here and smooth this curve out, give it a little bit of a hump right there, and let's give this one a little more of a zinger. Oh, that's a beautiful curve. Okay, so we're going to copy it. Copy. Going to come down here and place it in the second one, V. Now you could redo all of those, but I've just left them. Okay, so you got a library. And you can use those again. That's why we have them in a library. Now when you see the next section, it needs a little instruction. I'm going to show you how you do all 4 types. You see we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we got 5, but it's the same thing. You can use this to figure out how to do it. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you how to do it, which is better than reading about it. Okay, so we have this nice little chart. It happens to be the low product toy cars, unit sales, profile 1, total units. Doesn't have any units yet, but it will. Okay, so here's what we have. We have our nice little chart, and we'll be able to see what our profiles look like, at least the ones that we made up in the factory. Now, I want to tell you that we have a turquoise line illuminator, and notice when we get into the yellow, the charts turn yellow. We're looking at the profiles that we made. I'm going to come back up. Whenever you want to do something to a product, put it where there is the turquoise, or put the turquoise where the product is. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a profile unit sales. And I'm going to select profile number 2. I could start that profile further to the right if I wanted to. See how we're just clicking and it makes it go to the right. But I'm going to keep it set at 1, which is the first month. And we didn't start really until the second month. Now we could inflate. See, it's going up. Watch this over here. It gets a little bit bigger as you go up. Yeah, 250, so forth and so on. Now we can come down and we can deflate it. Come back to the 10, which is that 1. Watch this. We get it smaller. See, now we got 100 or 50 or 80. So you have ways of rapidly increasing or decreasing your unit sales. Now, we don't need to do anything else because this is the profile, the unit sales, and this is the total number of units that we'd have. And actually, this is going to tell you what the revenue is because it's looking at the income statement, and we've spread out the units times the price, and that'll give you revenues. Now, let's go down here and do a service contract. So the next thing we got to do is put the turquoise down there. Now, service contract is going to be just like the unit sales. It's like every time you sell a car, they're going to buy a service contract. So set this at 1 because we do not want to use our... See, now we're going to 0 the units out. And the next thing we're going to do is we've got to copy. These are the number of toy cars sold. We're going to copy that. We're going to put it right next to it because this is where we do the work, in the white area with the red. Paste special, values, okay, values, okay. Now you can prove that you got the same one by looking just above it, just below it, just above it, just below it. But now we've got to accumulate it. So we've got to ask right here to be cumulative or enter recurring units. It tells it to be recurring. So here were our 2. 4 and 2 is 6. It just copies it right down to the turquoise. We have to have a second line here to do some things because the program down here gets very complex. So you can see that we are now doing recurring units. Pretty easy, huh? All right, let's keep on going. Now, we've got the cell phone unit sales. Well, I've already put in 5. Let's say we sell 5 each month for the next 24 months. We got those in there. We do need to keep this at 1 because we've made our own profile, and we don't get the chance to start the profile, and we don't get a chance to improve it or deprove it, or actually increase it or decrease it. So that's pretty well done. See, it doesn't take much time. Now, how about this? Let's come on down. Yep, we got to go the other way. Sorry about that. Let's come down to the 4th one, cell phone recurring unit sales. Every time we sell a cell phone, we're going to have some recurring unit sales. So that means we've got to copy our sales and put it right here. Well, actually, we already know we got it because we can see those are all 5s. So it's already done for us, but you'd have to do it. So now we want to have the recurring. And there's our recurring. See, 5 and 5. 5 and 5 makes 10. Add another 5, you get 15 cell phones, all on monthly service. So at this moment here, you have 20 pulling down the monthly service times whatever the monthly service is. That, folks, is how you do all of this. To review, if you want to use a profile, you must see a 2, a 3, a 4, or 5. If you have those numbers there, you can use the profile, you can use the inflate. Notice these kind of red, all the red guys kind of go together. Now, if you want to do something oddball or something that's beyond just a profile and you want to make a recurring revenue, which is associated with another product, then you want to copy the product, which is right here. I'm going to copy the product, put it down there. So now you got the same thing. You can see that right here. And then you hit the recurring revenues, and bingo, it starts to recur for you. And you'll see that. If I have 2, great. If I have another 4, 2 and 4 is 6 in most people's books. Add another 7, 6 and 7 is 13. 13 and 10 is 23. All right. I know you're great in math. You got the idea. So now let's go a little further down. So here's a nice set of charts, and you can look at the low or the mid or the high. Notice you got the colors changing, blue for low, yellow for mid, and green for top. So you can see it right away. And these are simply showing what your unit sales are, your low EBITDA, and your total low income. Now we're coming up to our income statement. So folks, here's our income statement. Here are revenues. You know how we got the revenues? With units times the price. There you go. Now we have another little thing here. Anything in yellow and red or red numbers you can change. This is intellectual property royalty. I want you to watch that 300 right there. We're going to apply a 5% royalty to it. See, it just dropped $285 by $15. That's how you do your intellectual property royalties. Now, these royalties down here are investor royalties. These will be assigned in the deal-making section when we start to price our enterprise and try to figure out what is our pre-money value and how many shares we should sell, or maybe include royalties or whatever. There's a whole bunch of cool things we do in the deal-making. But first, we got to work off of financial statements. That's what we're doing here. So you don't see anything here because we haven't made a deal. Now, here's the cost of goods. Again, we know the units, we know the cost of goods. Presto. We got the numbers. Now, let's scroll up a little further. Now you come into some red guys. Hey, these are the ones you want to change. I have 4 markets for marketing expenses. Maybe you have different types of marketing and social media and advertising. 1 per product. If you want more, go to one of the unlocked tabs and put yourself together your big table and then link it in here. That's how you get more space, but we don't have to have too much space. 4 numbers is good enough, but you might have 20 numbers per 4. It's okay by me. Same thing here, operating expenses. We only give you 5. In the red, you can change these. I have owner, salary, manager, salesman, whatever, rent. And again, if you want some more detail, make it on another page and link it in. Now, you can see that we've got a problem here. We got some losses. Well, let's go over and see just how bad they are. Ooh, it gets a little bit better a little later on. Hey, we're okay. See, these losses will tell you, they'll accumulate on the balance sheet, and you'll see just how much cash you got left. Right now, you don't know, but that's okay. You're just trying to get your costs and your revenues in. Now, of course, we've got the CapEx. Remember, CapEx is not being depreciated. You're not going to find any depreciation or amortization lines here. It's purely expense. It's easier, quicker, and simpler that way. Remember, we've got big models. If you need that, we can work out something, but not on this one, please. If you, for example, have an operating profit, you have to have that in there because you might have some losses that are going to, offset each other. Here's our estimated tax at 20%. And, I know I forgot to tell you. See these dates? Well, we're in 2020. Come over here to this spinner. It's so easy. Let's just make... Now, the question is, do you want to make it January or do you want to make it February? I mean, this is February 24th right now. So I might say, gee, why don't we put it into March? But you could do it, January, whenever you want to. It's fine. So, folks, you now are an expert in making unit profiles or making your own special unit profile or your recurring unit profile. Got a lot of power in this thing. And we got 3 of these nice statements, small, medium, and large, or low, mid, and high, as the case may be. Thanks for watching. Shark Cap Table 3 fin is a terrific deal. You get into trouble? I mean, not that kind of trouble, but if you get into trouble, email me, Bruce, BRUCE, at FSER.net. I'll try to help you out. Thanks. I want to hear what you're doing. Let me know. Tell me how you like it. If you don't like it, tell me too, okay? We might fix it. See ya. Thanks again. Bye.